The steam in the sauna wrapped around me like a suffocating embrace, blurring the lines between reality and the haze of exhaustion after our intense workout. Kylie sat across from me, her towel loosely draped, beads of sweat tracing paths down her toned arms. Arms I'd admired countless times during our gym sessions, thinking nothing more of it than friendship. Then, without warning, she leaned in, her eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that stole my breath, and pressed her lips to mine in a kiss that shattered every assumption I'd ever held about us. I pulled back, heart pounding like a drum in my chest, the heat amplifying the rush of confusion and something deeper, something I wasn't ready to name. "Kylie, what the hell?" I whispered, my voice barely cutting through the humid air. But she just smiled, that familiar, disarming smile that had gotten us through endless reps and shared laughs. In that moment, everything shifted. The gym buddy I trusted with my secrets had just confessed a truth that threatened to upend my carefully constructed life. Back in my apartment that night, I paced the living room, the kiss replaying in my mind like a loop I couldn't escape. I'm Chloe Thompson, 26, straight as an arrow, or so I'd always believed. Engaged to Mark, the steady software engineer my parents adored, with wedding plans already in motion. How could one impulsive moment in a sauna make me question it all? Kylie and I had met at the downtown LA fitness center 2 years ago, bonding over mutual disdain for cardio machines and a love for weightlifting. She was the bold one, always pushing limits, while I played it safe, adhering to the expectations set by my conservative family back in Texas who'd relocated to California for Dad's job, but never shed their small-town values. The next morning my phone buzzed with Kylie's text. "Sorry if I freaked you out. Can we talk?" I stared at it, fingers hovering over the keyboard. Part of me wanted to delete it, pretend it never happened, but another part, the one that had felt a spark in that kiss, urged me to respond. What was wrong with me? I'd always been the good daughter, the one who followed the script. College, career in marketing, engagement to a nice guy. Exploring feelings for a woman? That wasn't in the plan. It would devastate Mom and Dad, who still attended church every Sunday and whispered judgments about those lifestyles during family dinners. I met Kylie at our usual coffee spot near the gym, the aroma of fresh brews doing little to calm my nerves. She looked apologetic yet hopeful, her pixie cut tousled from the wind, green eyes searching mine. "Chloe, I've been holding this in for months," she admitted, stirring her latte absent-mindedly. "You're more than a friend to me." That kiss. It was real. Her words hung between us, heavy with implication. I felt a pull, an inexplicable draw toward her honesty, but fear clamped down hard. "I'm engaged, Kylie. This can't happen," I said, though my voice lacked conviction. As we talked, she opened up about her own struggles, coming out in college, the rejection from her estranged father, the freedom she'd found in embracing who she was. "It's not easy, but it's worth it," she said softly. Listening to her, I envied that certainty. My mind raced with what-ifs. What if I gave in? What if Mark found out? What if my family disowned me? The conversation stretched on, each revelation from Kylie chipping away at my resolve. By the time we parted, I was a mess of conflicting emotions, promising to think about it but secretly terrified of where those thoughts might lead. That evening, Mark sent something off during dinner. "You seem distant," he noted, passing the salad. I forced a smile, blaming work stress, but inside guilt gnawed at me. How could I betray him like this, even in thought? Yet, as I lay awake beside him, Kylie's face haunted me. The kiss had awakened a dormant part of myself, one that questioned the heteronormative path I'd been on. Was this just curiosity? Or something more profound? The internal battle raged, pitting loyalty against desire, tradition against truth. Days blurred into a tense routine. I'd avoid the gym, claiming busy schedules, but Kylie's messages persisted, gentle reminders of our connection. One night, alone in the shower, I let the water drown out my thoughts. Why her? Why now? The societal whispers I'd internalized about how those relationships were unnatural, sinful, clashed with the genuine affection I felt. My parents had raised me with Bible verses and warnings. Deviating meant risking everything, but suppressing it felt like suffocating my soul. Finally, I caved and agreed to meet her again, this time at a park overlooking the city. The sun dipped low, casting golden hues, but my mood was stormy. "I can't stop thinking about you," I confessed, the words tumbling out unbidden. Kylie's eyes lit up, but she held back, sensing my turmoil. I don't want to pressure you, Chloe, but denying who you are, it's a prison. Her words struck deep, echoing my fears. As we walked, hands brushing accidentally, a forbidden thrill coursed through me. What price would I pay for exploring this? The decision loomed like a shadow. That night I dreamed of confrontations, of telling Mark, facing my family's scorn. Waking in a cold sweat, I realized this wasn't just about Kylie. It was about me. Who was I, really? The straight fiancé? Or someone capable of loving beyond labels? The conflict intensified, each day a step closer to a breaking point I dreaded yet craved. The weeks following that park meeting were a whirlwind of secrecy and self-doubt. I'd sneak glances at Kylie during stolen lunches, her laughter a balm to my frayed nerves, but every touch, every shared secret, amplified the guilt. Mark proposed a weekend getaway to rekindle our spark, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. We need this, he said, packing with enthusiasm, while I nodded mechanically, my mind elsewhere. On the drive to Big Sur, the coastal views did nothing to ease the knot in my stomach. Mark chatted about future plans, house, kids, the American dream my parents had drilled into me. Each word felt like a chain, binding me to a life that suddenly seemed ill-fitting. What's really going on, Chloe? He asked finally, pulling over at a scenic overlook. I hesitated, the truth teetering on my lips, but fear won out. Just stressed. I lied, hating myself for it. Back home, Kylie invited me to her apartment for just talk. The space was cozy, filled with books on queer history and art that screamed authenticity, things I'd never allowed in my own life. We sat on the couch, wine in hand, and the conversation veered into dangerous territory. Have you ever felt this way before? She asked, her voice gentle. I shook my head, but memories surfaced. Crushes on girls in high school dismissed as admiration, the unease at bridal showers. Maybe, I admitted, the word a whisper of rebellion. As the night deepened, our proximity ignited sparks. No lines were crossed physically, but emotionally I was unraveling. Kylie's stories of past heartbreaks, of fighting for acceptance, mirrored my internal war. Society tells us who to love, but the heart doesn't listen, she said, her hand on mine sending shivers. I pulled away, conflicted. What about my moral compass? Was pursuing this selfish or essential? The next day, a family call amplified the pressure. Mom gushed about wedding details, Dad chimed in with pride. We're so happy for you, honey. Mark's perfect. Their words stung, a reminder of the pedestal they placed me on. Hanging up, tears flowed. How could I shatter their illusion? The thought of their disappointment, of being labeled a sinner and outcast, terrified me. Yet, ignoring my feelings for Kylie felt like betraying myself. I confided in a close friend, Sarah, over coffee. This is huge, Chloe. You have to figure it out before it blows up, she advised, her eyes wide. But figuring it out meant choices. Stay with Mark and suppress, or risk everything for uncertainty. The moral dilemma gnawed. Fidelity versus authenticity. Was love worth the pain it could cause? Kylie and I grew closer in stolen moments, our bond deepening through shared vulnerabilities. One evening, walking through Hollywood, she pointed out couples of all kinds. See? It's possible. But for me, it wasn't just about possibility, it was about the fallout. My mind raced with scenarios. Mark heartbroken, family estranged, career whispers about my lifestyle. Then came the first crack. Mark found a text from Kylie. Innocent but affectionate. Who's this? He asked casually, but suspicion lurked. I downplayed it, just a friend. But the lie tasted bitter. Guilt surged. I was betraying the man who'd been nothing but kind. That night, alone, I questioned my ethics. Was I a monster for entertaining this? The tension built as I juggled double lives. Kylie pushed gently for clarity. I can't wait forever, Chloe. Her words echoed my fears, of losing her, of losing myself. In quiet moments, I'd ponder the societal chains. The media portrayals of queer lives as tragic or deviant. The religious doctrines branding it wrong. Breaking free meant confrontation, but staying meant erosion of my spirit. A pivotal dinner with my parents sealed the escalation. They visited from their suburb, beaming with wedding talk. Over steak, Dad joked about grandkids, Mom about the church ceremony. I sat silent, the weight crushing. Later, in my room, I stared at photos of Kylie on my phone, heart aching. The choice loomed. Conform or rebel? That night, I messaged Kylie. I need time. But time was a luxury. Mark proposed moving up the wedding, sensing drift. Let's make it official soon, he said, ring in hand. Panic set in. Accepting meant locking away my truth. Refusing meant chaos. The internal storm raged, decisions teetering on the edge. As the days passed, small acts of defiance emerged. I'd read articles on coming out, watched stories of women like me. Empowerment flickered, but doubt extinguished it. Kylie's patience waned. Are you in or out? The question haunted me, forcing a reckoning with my values, my identity. The breaking point arrived unannounced, like a thunderclap in a clear sky. Mark confronted me after finding more messages, ones I'd carelessly left open. Chloe, are you cheating? His voice cracked, eyes pleading for denial. I froze, the truth bubbling up uncontrollably. It's not like that, I stammered, but the damage was done. He stormed out, leaving me in a void of regret and relief. Alone, I called Kylie, voice trembling. It's over with Mark. She rushed over, her embrace a mix of comfort and complication. We'll figure this out, she whispered, but I pulled back, overwhelmed. Breaking up with Mark was one thing. Facing my family was another. The moral weight pressed. I'd hurt an innocent man for my selfish exploration. Was this right? The next morning, I drove to my parents' hotel, heart in throat. There's something I need to tell you. I began, words faltering. Mom's face paled as I explained my feelings for Kylie. The kiss, the confusion. Dad exploded. This is nonsense. It's a phase, influenced by that liberal California crowd. Their words cut deep, echoing years of indoctrination. We raised you better, Mom sobbed, invoking God and family honor. I left in tears, their rejection a visceral blow. Back home, Kylie tried to console me. They'll come around, she said, but doubt lingered. Her own coming out scars resurfaced. Disowned by her father, shunned by relatives. It hurts, but you survive. Listening, I admired her resilience, but my pain was raw. Had I traded one cage for another? Society's glare intensified. At work, whispers started after a colleague saw me with Kylie. Is she? You know. The judgment stung, reinforcing the prejudices I'd internalized. My mind swirled with debates. Was love between women immoral, as my upbringing claimed, or a natural spectrum? The ethical quandary deepened, prioritizing self over others' pain. Kylie and I navigated our budding relationship amid the debris. Dates were tentative, shadowed by guilt. One night, over dinner, she shared her dreams. A life unapologetic, perhaps marriage, kids. With you, she added softly. The vision tempted, but reality intruded. Mark texted, heartbroken. How could you? His pain mirrored mine, a reminder of the betrayal's cost. Family silence stretched, a void filled with imagined condemnations. I attended therapy secretly, unpacking layers of repression. You're allowed to love who you love, the counselor said, but societal norms screamed otherwise. Friends divided. Sarah supportive, others distant, fearing association. A confrontation with Kylie escalated the drama. You're holding back, she accused during an argument. Because of them? I snapped, defending my caution. It's not that simple. The fight exposed fractures, her impatience versus my trauma. We parted angry, me questioning if this was worth it. Reconciliation came slowly. I apologized, admitting fears. I want this, but the price. Kylie nodded, vulnerable. We pay it together. Our bond strengthened, but external pressures mounted. Dad called, demanding I fix this or face disinheritance. The ultimatum forced a choice. Family or love? I chose to fight. Meeting Kylie at the gym, our origin, I declared. I'm all in. Her kiss, this time welcomed, sealed it. But victory was bittersweet. Mark's engagement ring returned, a symbol of loss. As months passed, integration proved grueling. Social events awkward, judgments veiled. My internal monologue persisted. Was awakening worth the wreckage? Kylie's support anchored me, her stories of triumph inspiring. Yet betrayal loomed. A family secret surfaced. Mom's own suppressed feelings in youth, confessed in a tearful call. I chose safety, she admitted. The revelation humanized her, sparking hope for reconciliation, but also anger at generational cycles. The drama peaked at a holiday gathering. I brought Kylie defying warnings. Tensions boiled. Dad's silence, mom's strained smiles, relatives' stares. "This isn't us," an aunt whispered. I stood firm, heart racing. "It is now." The night ended in chaos, arguments, tears, ultimatums. Driving home, Kylie held my hand. We did it. But the cost? Fractured bonds, emotional scars. In the aftermath of the family blow-up, isolation set in like fog over the LA skyline. Calls went unanswered, invitations rescinded. I threw myself into work, but concentration faltered, mind replaying the accusations. "You've destroyed this family," Dad had yelled, his words a dagger. Kylie became my lifeline, her apartment a sanctuary, but even there, doubts crept in. Was our love strong enough to withstand the siege? Therapy sessions delved deeper, uncovering roots of my conflict. Internalized homophobia. The counselor labeled it a product of upbringing and society. I nodded, but acceptance was gradual. Kylie's patience wavered. "I need you fully here," she urged during quiet evenings. Her own wounds reopened. Past partners lost to similar pressures. "Don't make me pay for their mistakes." A turning point came via an unexpected ally. My brother Alex, who called secretly. "I support you, sis. Give them time." His words ignited hope, but also highlighted the divide. Why couldn't my parents see beyond dogma? The moral debate intensified. Duty to family versus self-fulfillment. Sacrificing happiness for peace. Right or cowardly? Socially, we faced microaggressions. At a party, a friend quipped, "So you're experimenting?" The comment stung, reinforcing outsider status. Kylie bristled, defending us, but I withdrew, questioning visibility's cost. "Maybe we tone it down," I suggested later. She stared, hurt. "That's not living, Chloe." The argument escalated, exposing power imbalances. "You're ashamed," she accused. "No, realistic." I retorted. The night ended in silence, each retreating to corners of pain. Morning brought apologies, but fractures lingered. Love demanded compromise, but at what price? Work provided distraction until a promotion hinged on image. My boss hinted subtly, "Clients are traditional." The implication clear: conceal or stagnate. Fury boiled. Was authenticity a luxury? I confided in Kylie, her outrage mirroring mine. "Fight it," she encouraged. But fighting meant risk, job loss, financial strain. Amid turmoil, moments of joy emerged. A weekend hike, hands intertwined, views vast. "This is us," Kylie said, kissing my forehead. The simplicity healed, reminding me why I'd chosen this path. Yet shadows persisted. Mark's new relationship announced online, a pang of guilt. Had I ruined his chance at happiness? Family reconciliation teased. Mom texted, "Can we talk?" We met at a neutral cafe, her eyes weary. "I don't understand, but I love you." Progress, but conditional, no mention of Kylie. "Accept all of me," I insisted. She nodded tentatively, a crack in the wall. Dad remained steadfast, his silence deafening. Alex mediated, revealing Dad's own struggles with change. He's scared. Empathy flickered, but resentment held. The ethical tangle. Forgive prejudice, or demand accountability? Kylie and I deepened our commitment, discussing futures amid uncertainty. Marriage, she broached. The idea thrilled and terrified, legal but socially fraught. One day. I promised, meaning it. A betrayal blindsided me. Kylie confessed a momentary doubt, kissing an ex during our fight. It meant nothing, she swore, tears flowing. Shock turned to rage. After everything? The hypocrisy stung. She demanded loyalty while faltering. Trust shattered, I stormed out, questioning all. Alone I grappled with forgiveness. Her action mirrored my past indecision, humanizing her. But pain dominated. Was this the price of vulnerability? Days of no contact stretched, each a test of resolve. Reunion came tearfully. I was scared, she admitted. Of losing you. Understanding dawned. Fear drove us both. We rebuilt stronger but wary. Society's toll continued. A protest for LGBTQ rights drew us, empowerment surging. But backlash followed, online trolls, judgmental stares. Resilience grew, but at a cost. Emotional exhaustion. As bonds mended slowly with family, Mom attended a support group, sharing insights. I'm trying. Dad's call followed. I miss my daughter. Tentative steps toward healing paid with patience and pain. The journey's toll weighed. Lost friendships, scarred hearts, but gained authenticity. Was it worth it? The question lingered, answered in Kylie's embrace. Healing fractured slowly, like mending a broken vase. Pieces fit, but cracks remained visible. Mom's efforts culminated in a dinner invitation, Kylie included. Nerves jangled as we arrived, the table set with familiar dishes. Dad's greeting was stiff but present, a start. Conversation tiptoed around the elephant, our relationship. Tell us about yourself, Mom asked Kylie politely. She shared gracefully, her poise disarming. Tension simmered until Dad spoke. This is hard for me. Honesty flowed. His fears rooted in tradition. Worry for my soul. I countered calmly. Love isn't sin. The exchange, raw and revealing, bridged gaps. No full acceptance, but dialogue opened doors long shut. Back home, Kylie and I reflected. Progress, she noted, but I sensed her guardedness post-betrayal. Trust rebuilt brick by brick, our bond tested and tempered. We survived, I whispered, holding her close. The intimacy, emotional not physical, reaffirmed our choice. Professionally, I pushed back against subtle discrimination, securing the promotion on merit. Empowerment rippled. I mentored a young colleague questioning her identity. Be true, I advised, echoing lessons learned. Society's evolution felt glacial, but personal victories mattered. Mark reached out amicably. I'm happy for you. Closure eased lingering guilt, allowing forward movement. Friends realigned, true ones stayed, others faded. The culling painful yet purifying. As time passed, Kylie proposed during a quiet sunset walk. Marry me. The ring simple, promise profound. Tears of joy mingled with memories of turmoil. Yes, I answered, embracing the future. Wedding planning navigated minefields. Family attendance conditional on discretion. We compromised minimally, prioritizing authenticity. The ceremony, intimate, celebrated love amid supportive faces. Vows exchanged, a testament to endurance. Post-honeymoon, challenges persisted. A relative snub at gatherings, societal debates on rights. But strength grew. We advocated, sharing our story anonymously online, inspiring others. Internal peace settled gradually. No more nightly doubts. Acceptance bloomed. Kylie's unwavering support, my family's slow thaw, rewards for the battles fought. Yet, reflections lingered on choices' morality. The pain inflicted. Mark's heartbreak, family's rift, Kylie's momentary lapse. Necessary casualties for truth? Or avoidable if I'd suppressed? Life normalized, joys amplified. Shared mornings, laughter echoing. The gym, once catalyst, now neutral ground. We'd evolved beyond that sauna moment. In quiet moments, I'd ponder the journey's essence. Awakening amid adversity, love's triumph over fear. But questions remained, ethical gray areas unresolved. Was betraying societal and familial expectations justified in the pursuit of personal truth? Or does it make one complicit in unnecessary suffering?